Yeah, so I walked up to this house, and usually I don't get scared, but today yesterday I got really scared, and signs don't bother me at all. Like if I walk up and I see derogatory sign, I'm like, okay, who cares? The people are probably not like that. Signs lie all the time, and so but this sign was handmade, and it says, "Do not knock, do not ring. I'm gonna let my demon-possessed dog out on you, and he's gonna bite you somewhere." And I was like, oh, okay, this is interesting. And so I knocked, and the dude came out and looked at the sign, and he just looked back at me, and he started screaming and screeching and everything. And he turned around, he's like, "I'm gonna let my dog out on you," and he is demon-possessed. And he's pointed right at his dog, and his dog started going wild and everything, and he started screeching like demonic screeching. And he said, "I don't think you realize Satan rules his house." And he opened up his door, and his whole house was pitch black. There were candles everywhere. There was a Ouija board in the middle, and I didn't know what to do, because he literally turned around and he started to walk towards his dog and unleash it. And something that Amalia said to me a while ago, and to other people as well, was if you get the I'm not interested, rejection, just say, "If you only knew what I had, you'd be begging me to show you what I had." And so I don't know why, I just that came out. I just blurted it out. I said, "Sir, if you only knew what I had, you'd be begging me for what I had, and you'd be begging me to know Jesus." And he stopped, and he turned around, and he's like, it was like the first time that it was quiet, except for the dog. The dog was getting louder and louder, and he's like, maybe we should go away from the house, because Satan does live here, and I hope that's clear to you. And so I got really nervous, and so we walked away from the house. And as we walked away from the house, something else that had happened was it got really hard for me to breathe, and I got really heavy when we were near the house. But we walked away from the house, and it got easier for me to breathe, and we just stepped out. And I don't know, I just kind of went to autopilot, I guess, and I just told him about every single book, but I really focused on the Great Controversy. And he started to cry for not because of how good it was, but because at first he thought he was just too lost to have something so good. And I was like, "You do realize that Jesus went to the forsaken and lost in the Bible. That's why we're out here. That's why we're doing the work that we're doing. Sure, we cover it up with school, but really it's a mission trip to save people like you." And I've never done witchcraft before, I told him, but we're all in the same boat. Sin has covered us all, but God is there to wipe it away. And he looked at me, and he's like, I want to get 2 of all your books." And so he gave me $200 in Zelle, and he got a double dump bag, one for himself and one to share with his friends who also dabble in witchcraft. And he's like, "I need to go back to the house to get my phone. While we're going back, I think you should pray, because I don't think you realize, but what I'm doing is not going to make them happy." And so as we were walking back, we prayed and we prayed. He was praying with me, which I thought was so cool. And something that he said was, as he was walking back, he was no longer welcome in his own home, and he started to feel like it was hard for him to breathe, and it started to feel heavy. And so we got to the house, and we prayed harder and harder until he could finally breathe again. And the last thing that happened was all the candles, they kind of dimmed, but the dog finally stopped barking. And he's like, that's never happened in almost 5 years that I've done this. The dog has never gone quiet. And so he went in, got his phone, and he gave me the $200. We prayed and we talked a little more, and I walked away, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't tell Lily, partly because I wanted to save it, but also because it scared me a lot. And I think it was the first time I actually cried on the field. Yeah.